Hello, welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. Today we're going to make pepper steak, except for I'm going to do broccoli instead of peppers. So if you've ever seen me make the pepper steak before, we're going to do basically the same thing, but we're going to try it with broccoli and see how it goes. So this is a pound of broccoli florets I've already cleaned and are waiting. And then this is 2 pounds of super thin sliced beef that I got at Costco. Like, it's like, think bulgogi, like super thin beef. And I've cut it up into little bite-sized chunks. So it's going to cook up like that fast. I already cooked my rice, so it's sitting in the rice cooker ready to go. And I'm going to heat up my pan right now while I'm making the sauce. I'm going to make a little bit more sauce than I made last time I made this, because I just feel like the broccoli is going to soak up more sauce, and I have way more meat here than I did last time. So I think last time I did a 1/4 cup of shoyu. This time I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup and 3/4. And this is the low sodium, but you can use the regular. I'm a little bit salt sensitive, so I'm going to use the low sodium soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now, I've said before, cornstarch is not for flavor. Cornstarch is a thickener, so it's going to help our sauce thicken up. And it's also going to help our meat tenderize. I love my little baby whisk. We're just going to use a whisk, and we're going to whisk the sauce up. Now, we make the sauce before we brown the meat, only because once the meat's ready to go, you want to have your sauce ready to go, right? You want to be able to just like, boom, pour it on. The pan is cranking. I'm going to put some grapeseed oil because it can tolerate really high heat. And I'm going to first fry up the broccoli before I do the meat, just like I did the peppers. She is popping and she is locking already. I'm going to put some pepper and just a little bit of salt, not too much salt. Shoyu or soy sauce is very salty, so just a little bit of salt. Toss it around just to make sure that it gets all coated in the oil and the seasonings. And we're just going to saute this for a couple of minutes. Look at how vibrant and green. Oh, looks so good. And then some of it is getting little crispy brown bits, which is delicious flavor. We definitely want that. Obviously, broccoli doesn't have to be cooked, so how long? I don't know. This has been a couple of minutes. It's starting to get great color. It's starting to soften up a little bit. I would say another minute, and I'm going to pull this out. Okay, I'm adding a bit more oil to the pan, and now I'm going to put in the meat so that we can get it all browned up. Be careful. Pan is hot. All right, I'm going to spread the meat out in the bottom of the pan here, and then I'm going to leave it alone and see if I can get a little bit of a crust. You can see I got a little bit of crust on. This beef is so thin, it's going to brown up in a minute or two. So we're keeping our heat on pretty high. We're just going to brown it up, and then we're going to turn it down before we add the sauce. Absolutely love this frozen ginger and this frozen garlic. Not sponsored, just love it. They can send me some if they'd like, though. So this is the crushed garlic. I'm going to put in, each one is like a clove. So I'm going to put in like 3 cubes maybe of garlic. And then with the ginger, same thing. I'm going to do 2 ginger. Okay. Got a little bit of, I just love it. It's like grated. It's like super fine grated, and it's frozen, so convenient. So we're just going to saute the ginger and the garlic for about a minute, or until it becomes fragrant, when you can start to smell, ooh, there's garlic, oh, there's ginger. Then we're going to add back in our broccoli. As soon as I smell my garlic and my ginger, which I do now, I'm going to add in that broccoli we cooked up earlier. Back in with the meat, and we're going to toss it around. Oh, this is gorgeous. Now let's go get our sauce. I'm going to give my sauce one last whisk. And I'm going to pour it over. Beautiful. I'm going to reserve this just in case I end up needing more sauce. All of our components are cooked here, so now what we need to do is just bring this up to almost to a boil, just to thicken our sauce, because we put that cornstarch in there. We won't see how thick it is until we bring the sauce up to heat. Look at that. Less than a minute, and it's gotten all glossy and thick and gorgeous. That's all we're looking for. This is done. One of the things I love about a meal like this, other than like, hello, delicious, is how quick it comes together. Like, that was probably 15 minutes, you know, with your ingredients prepped, maybe even less time. So we have to give it a taste, obviously. Food is here, so everyone is like around me. So let's try to, first let's taste the broccoli. It still has some bite to it, but it's tender. I hate when it's not cooked. Here's the beef. I've got it on a beautiful sticky rice. I'm gonna burn my face off, it's so hot. Absolutely delicious. Not too salty, not too sweet, really balanced.